Well, here's what's interesting about Charles Oliveira. When Charles Oliveira fights, even though he's the champion, he fights like a berserker. He puts himself in danger. Like, he doesn't fight safe. He doesn't fight to try to outpoint you. He doesn't fight tactically, like where he's trying to get, the least amount of damage and drag you into deep water and then strategically try to take you out in the fourth and fifth round. No. From the moment the first bell rings, he's coming at you.
Engaging.
Guns blazing.
Yeah.
And Gaethje was coming at him too, but it's like Gaethje was overwhelmed by Oliveira's pace and his aggression. It's why, and even when Gaethje cracked him, Oliveira's so different than anybody else. When he gets hit, he just lays on his back.
Yeah.
And he's like, come get some of this. And nobody wants that guard game.
He gets a break.
So he's got the most submissions in the history of the sport.
He recovers.
Yes, because nobody wants to go to the ground with him.
Normally, guys would just come bombing in.
Yeah.
Just trying to land anything extra. It's like when you wound an animal, any other arrow in it is go. You're just trying to glance something off, catches something. Most time, guys will hurt a guy, come in and just go crazy. But not with him.
No, you don't want that ground game.
Yeah.
His ground game is so elite. It's so good. I mean, I wonder how he would do in a world-class Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament. Because I think he would do very well. Because I watched the way he finishes submissions, the way he syncs things up. I mean, it is top of the food chain stuff. I've seen a lot of jiu-jitsu in my days. I have rarely seen anyone compete in MMA that closes the show like Oliveira when the fight goes to the ground. His shit is razor sharp. Razor sharp.
If they don't want to come to Abu Dhabi, fight with Islam, okay. If I hear Charles Oliveira coach say, okay, come to Brazil, fight, no problem, send us location. We're gonna come to Brazil. Islam gonna ride Charles Oliveira like his horse. We're gonna take this belt. We're gonna show them if Sambo was easy, it would be called Jiu-Jitsu, and we're gonna go home with the belt, with UFC lightweight belt. And I believe last 10 years, UFC lightweight belt, its location, this is Dagestan. Me, now I'm finished, now Islam.
This is that fight, Khabib has said for a very long time that Islam Machachev is the best in the world and he's going to be the next world champion. He's going to dominate that division the way that he did. You got to get through Charles Oliveira first. You know what I mean? Charles Oliveira is no walkover. This kid's a stud. Technically, he's not the champion, but to all of us, he is the champion. I'm very excited for that fight. Very excited for that fight.
Talk to me about Charles as an opponent. Talk to me about the challenge that you face in Abu Dhabi.
Charles is very good. He have good win streak. He beat a lot of tough opponents. But for me, this is embarrassing when UFC lightweight champion asks someone like Nate Diaz or Conor McGregor who win like 5 years ago. Nobody remember when these guys both or Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor win some fight. He tried to call Diaz McGregor, but he forget my name.
And the one thing about the boys from Dagestan, Khabib's team specifically, they are not here for the money. And I will share with you, that is very refreshing. They have the right to be. Don't think we have to have that conversation. This is a prize, this is a job. But the more I'm being exposed to him, I'm going the other way. There is a very Khabib-esque sincerity and drive that is not about fame and fortune that I find refreshing.
Islam, Charles Oliveira put out a video and he's basically saying that you were too cocky right now, that that's going to be your downfall in a fight against a guy like Charles Oliveira. Do you feel, are you too confident headed into a fight, or can this guy even compete with you within the octagon?
Nobody understands this guy. He doesn't speak English. English is important. If you want to make money, you have to speak some language which everybody understands. Dustin Poirier or Justin Gaethje, they never grappling, just striking. That's why this is easy fight for him. But he know Islam Machachev, very hard fight for him. He finished all his opponent, brother, and his all opponents striking. But Tony Ferguson have little bit grappling, he cannot finish him. Islam Machachev is gonna be new lightweight champion in Abu Dhabi. and Islam gonna beat all these guys who's gonna put in front of him. Doesn't matter who is next.